Libras, welcome to V Celestial Tarot. This is a general read for May. Just to give a quick insight into how I read. I don't read in the very traditional way. I read in an intuitive way, so I pull cards and I get certain feelings, thoughts, etc. And I will just say what comes up as I pull the cards. So again, thank you Libras for tuning in. Ooh, okay. So you have the moon in reverse. Two of Swords. You haven't been listening to your intuition often. So for the month of May, you're going to have trouble with your intuition, and you're going to be stuck with a few choices. Trying really hard to figure out next steps. It feels like you're blindly following your faith. That could be literally like following your own faith of religion, but also just blindly letting the universe guide you where you need to be. And you're going to make a lot of serious choices, but a part of that begins working with your intuition and what your intuition is telling you is the right step for you. The Devil. Okay. Someone from your past, for me, is coming up. You're playing with fire. You should not engage. I mean, everyone has their own free will, but this person coming back doesn't necessarily have the best intentions for you. Okay. Two Cups. And there's going to be a certain romanticizing of the past relationships, only focusing on all the good parts without reflecting on what went poorly. It's going to be easy to only think of the good things that happened as a result. And it's easy to do that when we think back about memories and certain people. We tend to romanticize it instead of thinking about all the bad parts, especially when we hope that someone comes back. So I would just say, if someone does come back in the month of May, just be very wary and be conscious of your ability to forget the bad. I feel like you've been stepping back from social life. In May, I feel like it might be challenging for you to feel like you're engaging with people. Like it feels like an outsider looking in. Yeah, it feels like you're if there feels like a wall that either you're putting up or other people are putting up, where you feel like you can't engage as much with the people that you considered closest to. Maybe people are showing their true colors in May, and that's just something you're reflecting that maybe that's not what you want in your life. Seven of Swords. You carry a lot of people's energy with you. That's always been a huge issue. Like you carry the weight of other people's problems on your shoulders. And you've forgotten to take care of yourself as a result. There's a big part of you that worries what other people think. And you feel like you've been made to look stupid by the care that you've put into relationships. And that's kind of made you fall backwards in terms of your own progress and seeing yourself as good. I'm seeing a father figure come up. I don't know if you've been thinking a lot about your father, but the expectations of what he might want you to be. This is a select message for a few, but I think some of you are struggling with, like, would my father be proud of the person I have become or am? You've been stuck in your head, but for some reason this is only a select message for a few, but I don't know, either you are thinking about getting a new pet, have a pet that you've just been like thinking as your rock. Really interesting. Yeah, I don't know if you had a falling out with like a authority figure or like a boss, but someone showed their true colors and it wasn't pretty. Like, you just recognized, you had a moment where you're like, oh, this person I thought I could trust or at least believed in let me down. It feels like you're at a crossroads, like you're trying to figure out what is the next step. Like, I see the need to rebuild, so maybe you are struggling with like next steps, careers, financially, but it feels like you're back at ground zero of like, how do I rebuild myself as a result of like things that have been happening to me in the past few months, which could be a result of like the quarantine, the uncertainty of the life that we're all living in right now. What are the messages that Libra needs to hear right now? May is going to treat you well. It is. I feel like someone new is coming into your life or a new opportunity is coming into your life. Be careful if you sign any contracts. Make sure to read the fine print. Now I'm seeing a mother figure, and I don't know if you've been thinking a lot about taking care of someone, or if you do take care of your mother, but like financially making sure that you're taking care of someone, and that actual financial burden is kind of stressful in a way that you never expected it to be. And my throat started closing up, so I don't know if you're having issues saying how you're feeling to someone, or communicating love that you might have that you don't tell someone you love them, but you need to start saying that. Like I felt like, or choked up, you know? Ooh, not gonna be bad. Lovers came out, 7 of Cups, King of Pentacles. It felt like you've had a lot of choices in love, and you've gone through a lot of ups and downs, but there's only one person that you felt really got you for a while, but you're not even sure that person is meant to be in your life. Like, there's one person that really stood out to you as like a major love in your life, and you're just like, I don't think that person was meant for me, but why can't I stop thinking about them? Their mental energy is clouding yours. It's funny, those 3 cards almost hit the fire, so I think be careful with the fire that you're going to play with. Yeah, May is going to be really challenging with finance. Like, I feel like finance is going to be the #1 thing on your mind of like next steps, and feeling like good things are not, like, it's the stress of like you feel like you're waiting for something. It's like a weird limbo that you're living in, financially. What are some final messages for Libra? What are some final messages for Libra? You have to face your problems head on and properly prepare. Like, things will only be bad when you know not to prep for it. What I'm saying, I don't know how to phrase this. It's like, you're gonna have to face everything head on, and it's gonna be really difficult, but know that you're capable of coming through. Like, there's nothing you cannot handle or that you're ready to handle, but it's gonna feel very heavy for a while. I'm sorry. I like hope every reading's good, but I mean, sometimes you just need to hear the truth. Ooh, okay. The phrase, some things have to die for better things to bloom, just came in my head. Yeah, there has to be a certain end, and an ending is only the form of a rebirth. Like, everyone thinks death and endings are bad, but they're not, because they always make room for rebirth. Yeah, you just have to let for that rebirth. Okay. That's May for Libras. Thank you for tuning in. If you like, please like, subscribe, comment below. I'd love to hear some feedback. You have a blessed day. Sending all my love.